Hello everybody, it's Toonkind at 12 frames per second today. I'm Kraken. Today I am playing Wizard Man on a Rampage, Craigory Danthew. And with me today, dealing with this is...
Yeah, his unfortunate victim. Hi, I'm RJ. I'm gonna be playing Decimal for Fate. Man who is being hunted for answers he does not have. But before we get into that, a little bit of a scene. So this is Toontown. Shit goes down in Toontown like every other day. I think people are just kind of accustomed to it at this point. But like, Decimal's just walking down the street, heading to the town square to set up his stand. Would Craigory try and be stealthy about this at all, or is it just on site?
I know it probably will not work, but he will attempt stealth. He will attempt to have the surprise.
Alright.
Because he knows he's a slippery goddamn bastard.
Contesting rolls then, I guess. Roll stealth and I'll roll perception. That's a 17.
Not a bad showing from him. Let's be real. Oh, RJ, keep in mind, this wizard, unfortunately, did not plan ahead, and his pendant is currently in reverse.
6 or a 9.
Ha!
Let's say that's a 9.
Incredible.
In a surprise turnabout, Decimal only barely catches sight of you.
From like across the way, or does Craigory get close?
I think it's fucking, you know that one scene, from the Umbrella Academy where Five and Vanya are both in a car heading in opposite directions? I think it's something like that.
Okay, I need to draw that later. Excellent. Good. Good.
So I think immediately what Decimal's gonna do is he's going to attempt to turn and run away.
What? Hey! Why are you running? Why are you running?
He's out of there. I'm just gonna have him roll acrobatics to navigate the crowds. Okay, that's alright. That's a dirty 20. This was navigating the crowds fairly well.
I don't think Craigory's gonna even try bothering that. I think he's spider climbing immediately.
Fantastic. Okay, alright.
He's just on the walls. 90 degrees, sprinting along the walls. Not having to bother with people.
Fucking fantastic, I love it. Phone, shut up. God. Fucking, like, I guess roll me a quick perception to make sure that you can, like, keep track of him through the crowd? Not that it's,
that's
like...
a good point, yeah. Watch him get up there and he's immediately lost.
God.
Ha!
That's a... No, you're fine. You're totally... You've got a bead on this motherfucker.
He's the only one wearing a top hat, RJ.
Yeah! I was gonna say, he's just in, like, black and red and wearing a top hat. I'd be very disappointed if you did lose him. But, like, no, you've got a beat on this man. What do you try and do to try and stick with him, catch up, get ahead of him? What?
The jig is up. Craigory's not particularly trying to hide at this moment. He's just like, instead of going right to the rooftops and falling, he's just on the walls. It's a bit of a spectacle.
God. Alright, well, I'm not even gonna have Decimal fucking roll to try and keep track of you because, come on, you're on the wall at 90 degrees to everyone else.
Yeah. Anyone who is not just completely numb to fucking Toontown is going, oh yeah.
So it makes him like, yep, same shit as always. That's almost like not even gonna bother responding. He's immediately ducking down an alleyway and trying to hide. That fell off the table. Oh. Alright, well, the first one's a 5. Oh wait, does he get advantage for... Doesn't. Okay. He has advantage on stealth sometimes, not all the time. Not in this case. Yep, that's a 12.
I'm assuming that... Does that perception carry over?
Yeah, I'll let it carry over.
Let me know when I need to roll a new one.
Will do. So he like ducks into an alleyway and dives behind some boxes. What does Craigory do here?
Oh. It's continuing along the walls, takes the turn to Alan. He's like, Decimal, look, come on. This is like only the 3rd time I've seen you in forever. I have like one question. Just stay put. And
it's never just one question with you.
Hops lands on the box that Decimal's hiding behind. It's like, no, one general question. Like, it counts as also, like, one general question. What the hell is the weed?
He's bolting again!
Get back here!
You can try and grab him if you want.
He will. What would that be? Dexterity?
Make a strength or dex check, whichever is better. Are you proficient in grabbing? I don't
know. There was no grappling feat with this wizard.
Alright, just flat strength or dex then. Do it!
It's blind bet all over again. Oh my god.
God. I'm not even gonna try and roll to contest that, because you slam a hand out and manage to grab the back of the collar of his coat, and he immediately, like, stops.
He scrapped! And he's like, oh, I didn't actually expect that to work.
Get your hands off of me.
I'm not, like, touching you. It's just the coat, right? This doesn't have to be an ordeal.
Then get your hands off of me.
He lets go.
Cool. Just roll me a quick intelligence check. I just want to see if Krieger figures this out.
Boy, oh boy.
No! The answer to that is no! God. Alright. Okay. Well, he like, lurches forward a few steps to get out of your grabbing range and has turned around and is now glaring at you.
Look, nothing else was going to get your attention.
Fine. What do you want?
Just answers. Any you can give me about what happened, like, however long ago.
Okay, you do not see that reaction. He, like, very casually folds his arms over his chest and just kind of raises an eyebrow at you, like, well, ask your questions.
What's that one quote? I'm like a dog with a post guy's car. I don't know what to do with it once I've caught it. Okay, but Craigory does hammer space. Yep. He pulls out a notebook.
Oh,
flips to
God.
a page.
Immediately, one of Decimal's hands just goes up to cover his face, like, why did I agree to this?
She's like, no, it's like, listen, I've even narrowed it down for you. This is focused.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
Yeah, you know, it really is one. Okay, so, the weave. I cannot find, like, a single book on this thing. Beyond maybe the barest hint of a mention, there is, like, nothing. What is its purpose? Like, in term... It's like a sort of demigod thing. Like, what does it govern? Do? Predestination?
Well, I'd assume by the fact it's called the Weave of Fate that had it governing over fate. Aside from that, I couldn't give you any more specific answer. Surprise, surprise, I don't know much myself.
Aren't you, like, a part of it?
I am not a fate. I don't care what things say.
Kind of sucks for you. They seem interested.
He, like, very obviously looks away, rather annoyed. Roll insight for him really quick. I want to see if you... I keep saying I want to see if you pick up on this, but, like... keep forgetting you just have a flat d20.
It does. It's terrible.
Okay, I really can't give you much for a 9, but I will say, you get like the barest sense that maybe just possibly annoyance isn't the only thing he's feeling right now.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, fair on that. But the thing is, like, there's, I thought fate was like sort of one thing, but there's multiple. We met ruin. Peace, death was a thing. Like, how can you have different aspects of fate? Isn't it all just the same thing?
He unfolds his arms and kind of spreads them like, what do you want from me? I haven't been able to find much in my own research. If I had to guess, just based off of what that thing said, they all have their own subdomain? I don't know. There's a voice in my head sometimes that tells me to go certain places, and then more often than not, things go wild, but...
That sounds really unfortunate. Yikes.
It's even more unfortunate when it actually physically stops me.
Whew. Yeah, there is an awkward pause at that because Krieger doesn't quite know what to say to that because he's like, well, okay, if I say anything, then it's just pitying, but then if I don't, it's like callous. I don't like anything about this. You've opened a can of worms, wizard. Now lie in it.
Decimal does kind of like mild look of annoyance at himself for like fucking just blurting that out like a moron. Sticks his hands in his jacket pockets and goes, I suspect that the weave itself is possibly not a person, but a thing.
Yeah, that was kind of the another thing I was grappling with because Rikishi in particular was kind of referring to it like it was a person or person-esque, but it wasn't clear whether it was like a thing with thoughts and plans or just a concept.
Why not both? If it's as
I don't know
powerful as you think that I do?
Well, you've clearly got at least like a crumb more than me, so thanks for sharing. Okay. He's making like some notes and check marks in his notebook.
Yeah.
It's like, So, kind of more on you, just to, while we're here, be nosy. Decimal Weaver of Fate, is that like a title that's literal?
It was something I made up to impress the morons I do card reads for. It wasn't something I'd be real.
Irony, got it.
Yes, my life is a cosmic joke, I'm fully aware. I think I'd fucking find her.
Her?
Nothing. You don't even need to, like, roll, you can tell he's lying.
Craigory squints. Insight?
Roll either intimidation or persuasion at advantage, whichever one you kind of want to go with here.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're both terrible.
Okay, 16 or 16. 16 or 16. Those are pretty good. Is that intimidation or persuasion?
I think it's going to be persuasion.
All right. You like squint at him, and like he stands resolute, and then just he kind of gets the sense that you're not gonna drop this, and he sighs, very put upon, and drags a hand down his face and goes, "Rosetta, my mentor. She died." And he, like, very, very intentionally stops and is, like, grinding his jaw a bit, trying to find the right words without revealing too much. And goes, "She found me when I first came to Einquell 6-ish years ago. And then she left. 2 years ago."
Hey, Decimal, you want to roll an insight?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Alright. Cool. That is... Oh, that's good. I mean, that's a 21. Yeah, 21.
Yep. Yeah, Craigory has received, like, 2 scraps of information about this person / situation, and there's just a look of, like, I don't quite want to say sympathy, but yep, that's the way it be. You're still trying to find her?
Yes. That's a nat 1, okay. For a very brief moment, he looks like a very lost 18-year-old. And he goes, "I suspect, given how familiar death seemed with me, that they might be one and the same. Man, if anyone would have answers about any of this, it would be her, and I want to know why."
Word of advice, maybe, on that sort of thing.
Freezes an eyebrow at you.
Just be prepared to never find her or get answers, especially if it seems like she's actively avoiding. Just pick a point where you're going to decide to stop and move on, rather than dragging it out for years and years. Just, you gotta draw your line in the sand at some point.
I thought I had. And then I smelt her scent in Hugh's apartment.
Well, good luck. I hope you find her, and I hope I hope you get answers, happy ending, closure. All that. Craigory just kind of looks down and buries his face back in the notebook.
So who abandoned you then?
Well, since it's sharing time, and I did hunt you down. It's only fair. My mentor. Surprise, surprise.
Desmond just kind of gives a nod like, yeah, suspected.
This wizard ain't slick. Bleeding heart of a man. But, flips to new page in notebook. Back on topic. So that demiplane, when we were in there, everyone had these strings of fate or whatever, except you. I mean, obviously you're connected to all of this, but is that just any idea if that means you're kind of like outside fate? In terms of being yoinked around, I guess.
I'm not so sure those were strings of fate necessarily. Like, yes, they were, but also I don't think they were. That makes sense. The only thing I'd ever been able to find about a plane we have a string tied to you is the astral sea, and that string is what tethers your soul to your body. I suspect that for you all, at least, it wasn't so much dimensional travel as astral projecting.
Except you were different, so that raises a lot of concerning questions, actually.
Yes, I had noticed that myself. Although, and like he runs a hand down the red lining of his coat in thought. I'm not a fate, but imagine for the sake of argument that I am. It seemed that demi-plane was tied to Rikishi, seeming like a seat of power or something. What if I didn't have one because I can naturally go to them, or something? I didn't need a tether? I don't know enough about magic or dimensional travel or anything like that to give a solid answer, which is annoying.
Craigory is once again
more
taking
Bjorn
notes.
Hughes than mine.
I think he is just gonna like write down in his notebook, dimensional travel, astral projection, underline, star, highlight. New research topic, folks. Yeah, if I find something that seems relevant to your situation, I could let you know. I mean, like, it's your life. Forewarned is forearmed.
Perhaps, but there is a certain ignorance that brings bliss. I don't think we'd be able to ignore it now, though.
Yeah, Kraken makes a face like he disagrees.
A lot of what I do, Handman, is based off of people's preconceived notions. Believe you me, I know the benefit of not knowing.
Yeah. Hey, Decimal, for funsies, would you like to roll insight on that face Craigory was making?
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. It's a fucking 26.
Yeah, surface level read, complete disagreement. This is a wizard. It's his business to know things, but also
Yeah.
kind of a sour note, like he also knows he's a complete hypocrite on the exact same subject.
Oh, the thematic parallels.
Okay, back to the notebook. He crosses out. It seems like he crosses out a question just on the pretense, like, well, okay, based on this line of questioning, there's just going to be nothing here on that. Okay, so Rikishi,
Immediately folds his arms again.
do you think there's like, will they be back? Will they just do that again whenever they feel like? Is that something I need to spend my time worrying about?
He squints. Roll insight for me. An advantage I'll give you, because you've got shit insight.
Thank you!
Cool! Cool. Yeah. We'll take that 20 over that 2.
Yes, please.
He squints, and you can tell it's part frustration, part well, mostly frustration. There is a certain level of fear underneath it all. And you realize, oh, every time Rikishi's been mentioned, he's been, like, holding his chest. He's been covering his chest. You know, where he got fucking bisected.
Yeah. Slashed almost in half.
Yeah. And he goes, Q told me that Death said that she and Peace were keeping an eye on him. I don't know how much I trust that, given that it's already happened once, but who knows?
It's something. At least we know Peace has, at least for the moment, kind of our interests in mind. Or they align. I don't know. Got us out.
Peace doesn't... I know that Peace doesn't agree with what Rikishi did, at the very least. After I left, they found me and healed the... just kind of vaguely gestures.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I will admit, had kind of been alarmed at you just disappearing from, fate mandated therapy with a giant huge wound. So that's good.
It's not the worst wound I've ever treated. I mean, I didn't even have to treat it that much, so...
makes a face.
Yeah! You wanna roll insight on that statement, buddy?
Exactly middling.
I'll give you advantage. 15, okay. There is, like, as he says that, possibly unintentionally, you catch the twitch of movement in his left hand. You're not quite sure what moved, you just know that it did.
Hmm. Well, Krager doesn't know what's going on under those gloves, I think, and you know what? Considering what's going on with his own hand, he'll leave that alone. Sure, Decimal knows exactly what happened to, like, fucking destroy Krager's arm.
Thematic parallels.
Black and white and red all over.
But yes, I had no interest in that little powwow, so.
Seems like you could have used it.
I'm fine.
I think Craigory nods. Might be a little bit condescending, like, sure, Jan. Right. Crosses question off the list. He's like, okay, so, these things. Hooks a thumb under his shirt collar and just kind of pulls up the string of the sort of necklace, which has them good old cursed pendants on it. Like,
yeah, Decimal immediately pulls a face.
Yeah, I've already... Real talk, I've already been messing around with this a ton because it's like, it's the only concrete thing I have. So I think I've got a pretty good deal on the rules, the limitations.
Why would you? Oh my. Why wouldn't you? You've already fucked over your hand doing things you shouldn't. Of course you would. Carry on.
Well, that's different. The hand was an accident. This is, deliberate, controlled science. It's on purpose. Being careful.
AKA fucking around and finding out and then just writing down what happens afterward.
Well, yes. But see, it's the writing down bit that's important. Because then, it's important to know how it works. Otherwise, it's just like, it's basically a bomb just sitting on you.
Alternatively, put it in your hammer space, never think about it again. It's worked pretty well for me.
But then it's just sitting there, and you don't know how it works. You don't know hammer space just is going to neutralize it.
Like I said, it's worked pretty well for me.
For now.
He reaches... Where's my D10s? He reaches into his hammer space. He reaches into his jacket. And that's a 6. He pulls out his own pendant. And it is reversed. Because he has used it before. Once.
I think Decimal can see Craigory's is also reversed.
Yeah. And he holds it up and he goes, I've used this once. Since that day, nothing has happened. And he puts it back in his jacket.
You know what? Okay, I will admit that's a pretty good loophole. He writes that down. Because it's science.
Decimal face palms.
Does mean you can only kind of use the well, it's not quite luck. The hubris, I've been calling it the hubris side once.
It's not It's not hubris. It feels almost like what I do, but on a bigger scale.
What? Read people's fortunes?
No. No. No.
Well, I don't know what else you
he
do.
shoots you a look like you're an utter moron.
Like 3 times. I don't know anything about you.
I know this as a player. Decimal, on the other hand, is like, you're a fucking idiot. And he snaps his fingers, and then his eyes start glowing, and so do the red lining on his everything. It's a manipulation of fate. A minor little... make things go slightly better. The pendants, I think, do something similar, or at least it felt similar when I used it at one time.
Huh. Okay,
so
you are able to kind of nudge things in a way.
Not much. I thought it was some kind of blessing or something like that. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. But, point remains, having fucked around and found out stuff, if you want to know anything about how it works, I've got that. Point is, if it's just me that does it, then that's, one person finding out for 6 people, and we can all benefit from just knowing how to not set these things off.
He, gives you a long look for a moment. You need to be careful. Because that's getting dangerously close to what case she pulled you in for.
It is. I'm trying to be. But I figure the difference maybe is that this has, a purpose versus just, hey, this is neat and looks kind of dangerous. Let's just find out if I can do it. But nothing's happened yet, and just a bit more. And everyone benefits.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, kind of thing.
Of a sort, but the stakes are also higher this time. Because there's people that care if I was, again, dragged off to another plane and had a bunch of trauma thrown at me. People would actually, notice.
Roll insight. That advantage still because you're garbage at this, and I really need to see it. We'll take the 15. Okay. He gives a hum that does sound fairly non-committal, but there's something underneath. You think possibly wistfulness. Possibly. You're not certain, though.
This all tracks. Craigory is just shit at reading people. It's great. He's been isolated for half his life. He's never had to read anyone.
Like, it's understandable, but God, I want to reveal things, Craigory, come on!
I'm trying so hard. This is the decimal lore.
Yeah. But one of them.
Uh.
Goodness. Morsky, my beloved, no, heart emoji.
Morsky's trying to bully RJ into just saying anyway. For the listeners. No amount of sad emojis will sway us.
You can find out later if Pip rolls better. Anyway,
Pip at least perceives.
True. Yeah. Pip at least has wisdom. He does, like, pause, consider your offer, and then go, can you get rid of them?
Beyond your trick of the hammer space knot that I've found, they just, come back like a bad boomerang. You know, I've thrown it in a river, for example. Spectacularly unfortunate thing happened, and then I just woke up and it was on me again. I gave it to someone who was rude to me as a gift, and fun thing, they had a bad time, and then it was back with me. So, yeah. I think it's attuned. It's just gonna stick. So.
Well, what's another curse for the pile? Alright.
What? Hey, excuse me? How cursed are you?
2 cursed at the moment. And he unbuttons the first few, like, the top few buttons of his shirt and pulls it open to reveal a very strange looking set of armor with, like, the top of the symbol is visible. You think it might be maybe some kind of lock. And he, like, taps it and goes, yeah, this is cursed too. I can't take it off.
Rolling Arcana. That looks magic as hell.
11! It's certainly magic as hell, and you know that it's cursed, and you know that you can't take it off, but you can't really glean any more than that.
Plus, I think in the fact is Craigory is distinctly not stepping closer for a physically closer look. He's keeping his distance. He already grabbed Decimal. That was no bueno. Is the curse just you can't take it off? Or are you just stacking more unfortunate?
I mean, so far it's that I can't take it off. I got knocked unconscious once, and I think it tried to do something to me. But I'm decidedly ignoring that and continuing on. I have enough things to deal with.
Oh, the stupid question, and I'm trying to figure out if Craigory would say this in character. Stupid question. I'm gonna go for it. God damn it.
What is it?
If you can't take it off, how do you shower? The important questions, RJ.
Yeah, like, he kind of, like, just pauses and shrugs, like, it doesn't seem to impede that very much. At least in this one that I've noticed. It's almost like a second skin. It's very strange.
Well, that's accommodating.
He just kind of shrugs. I don't fuck with magic things. That's your purview.
Doesn't seem to be helping you much.
Well, it's better armor than I had before, and it also, I think, has some kind of resistance against necrotic forces.
Well, okay, so other than the fact it's like a second skin, that's not terrible so far.
Just kind of shrugs again.
But yeah, if it starts being terrible, I don't know. probably more comfortable talking to Hugh, but I mean, also me. We're wizards. We can look into
For
it.
this specific thing, I think I would come to you.
He looks surprised and pleased.
Roll insight if you want, at advantage still. 16?
16 or 16.
16 or 16! God. Twice now. You can see that Decimal is, like, frowning, scowling slightly. And for some reason, you remember how he reacted when Hugh's memory was shown way back when. You think they might be connected. You're not certain.
Eyebrows go up. Well, yeah, offers on the table.
I'll bear it in mind. Anyway, oh, I do have one piece of information for you. I'm not sure if you'll find this out, but I found some old esoteric texts a little while back, and one of them mentioned the weave, but it also mentioned that there were 9 fates, not 4.
Scribbling in 9 fates. Okay, so that's... We know approximately half. Alright. Okay.
Well, we know slightly more. I wasn't able to translate all of them, but... one of the other ones is victory. Another one is entropy.
Huh. Well, those seem pretty opposing. Okay. Well, I mean, then again, ruin and peace are also pretty opposing. Interesting. Okay.
But then the other two we know are death and chaos. Those don't seem...
Death, chaos, ruin. Huh.
They had almost like a table. And he like pauses and starts digging through his hammer space. That's a fumble. Oh boy. You die. This is not what I intended to have happen at this moment. Where the fuck is your fumble table, Decimal? What did you do? I need my D20. Oh no!
Oh?
Oh boy, alright. That's okay. Alright. So he rolled a 6. So the hammer space roll was 1. And then he rolled a 6. A 6 on his fumble chart is the cursed pendant.
Yes! Yes! Ah!
He like pulls it out and freezes, and then very, very carefully puts it back, like handling a bomb, puts it back. Okay, that's 6. All right, passes that time. Where the fuck did this image go that I need? Here it is. Yeah, he pulls out a table, and there's like, I didn't actually write these in a different font because I cannot be fucking bothered to come up with my own conlang. But he reaches in, and there's a table that he pulls out on a scrap piece of paper that he's very clearly copied, and it's got 9 word or like sorry, not 9, 15 words in this table. 3 on the top row, 3 on the first column, and then the rest of the table is kind of filled in with like the top left space blank. But he's filled in some of the other spots with translations in common.
Okay, yep, Craigory's copying this down. Scribble, scribble.
Okay. You can keep this if you want. I've got copies of it.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Takes that. Yeah, I think this does cover basically what I've been trying to look into for a while. So thanks for kind of putting this line of questions to rest, because I don't think it's going to get any better than this.
Something else from me. I don't know anything.
Well, you know what to say. Knowledge is power. All that.
I've always found it's the rules you understand the least that are easiest to break. But go off, I suppose.
Sounds like something Chaos would say.
Shut your fucking face.
Just saying.
Alright, well, if you're done interrogating me...
I am. Hold on. Yeah. Pulls. Yeah, it's gonna... It keeps on being donuts. Pulls a donut at a hammer space and just is gonna toss it over.
He catches the donut and is like, what the fuck? Why did you throw a donut at me?
Just like, just, thanks for actually answering questions. Rather than just me chasing you down and, bothering you until you gave him, at least you got something out of it. Have a sweet.
He very gingerly pulls a handkerchief out of his hammer space and wraps the donut in it before, brushing his glove off. Because I assume this thing is probably covered in icing or powdered sugar or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's probably also sprinkles.
Yeah, he carefully wraps it up and then brushes his hand off. Thanks. You're exceedingly strange.
Yeah. He shrugs. He can't really refute that. This is, Anquil, aren't we all strange?
Got me there, I suppose.
Sounds like you would know better than most people.
I believe you me. Compared to Furuma, this place is a delight. Even if it is awful at times.
Take your word for it, I've never been.
He gives you a smile that does not reach his eyes, and he goes, I don't recommend it.
Noted.
He squints at you for a second. You know what? No, I'm giving him advantage on this. Yeah, okay, that's better. So the first one was a 5 plus 9. The second one is better. It's a 13 plus 9. He squints at you for a moment, sighs heavily, and takes off his hat, and fiddles with the brim of it for a moment, and goes, I can't help but feel like there's something coming. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to do. But I know that it's bad. I thought you should be aware of it.
Thanks. That's, honestly appreciate that. Just, in general,
No. Or yes, but no. It's difficult to.
Wait, like
It's a feeling more than anything else. Like reading the vibes of place or looking up the sky and seeing dark clouds. I can't help but feel like those dark clouds are centered on something that I can't see.
well, as I said earlier, forewarned in any capacity is forearmed. So, cheers. And if it involves you, then good luck.
Something tells me it's going to involve the both of us. And I think he just, like, turns on his heel and starts walking away, if you have nothing else to say.
Yep. Nope. Craigory will let him do that.
Puts his hat back on, tips it slightly, and then turns a corner and vanishes. And you are left in an alleyway with a very ominous warning given to you, having received some information. Probably not what you were looking for.
It is not a net zero gain. Craigory is happy.
Yeah, it's not a net zero gain.
He just goes the other way, exits out the other end of the alleyway, just continuing to scribble in notebook. Back into the crowd. Today has been productive. Do you have anything else, or?
I don't. Other than this is not the only thing that's going to be happening on this day in Toontown with Decimal, this poor son of a bitch.
I saw that on the calendar. The same day?
This either the same day or the next day. I might have to squidge them on the same day for timeline's sake. Poor Jade.
This man does not catch a break.
No, heart emoji. Everything is happening all at once for him. I have planned time. None of it like that.
Delightful. Well, I think we'll leave Decimal to his terrible day then.
Yeah. Terrible day, sort of a terrible week, sort of a terrible month.
Decimal's horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah.
So, thank you, RJ, for allowing me to interrogate your Decimal.
Thank you for letting me finally leak some of this lore that I've been sitting on for months and months.
My absolute delight. Alright. I think that's going to be a goodbye. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.